The entertainment industry in South Africa is reeling after the death of legendary actor Patrick Shai. He passed on yesterday morning at his home in Dobsonville. The actor is known for his stellar performances in a wide range of hit productions, including Yizo Yizo, Soul City, Generations, and more recently, The River. For more reaction, tribute, so to speak, let's bring in Zolani Phakade, who's head director of one magic telenovela, that's The River. And as mentioned, Shai was recently part of that crew. We're also hoping to speak to Mam Nambita Mpumlwana, who I was told is actually joining us now. She's the execo member of the South African Guild of Actors. To both our guests, thank you so much for making time. At this difficult moment, it's a great pleasure to have you on the program. Patrick, I wonder if I can begin with you. My condolences to you and the rest of the crew. As being part of the team that worked with him recently, the shock must have been great. How did you take the news?
Not so well at all, because I spoke to him on the 14th of January, and he was speaking about the excitement of the work we did, because we went through some extent work to make sure that the character works. And he called on the 14th saying he's very grateful of the work that was done. And we shared ideas for the future stuff. Actually, we're probably going to meet in the beginning of February.
Yeah. And, you know, many people, of course, are, I guess, even struggling to find the words to try to quantify the sense of loss that we're experiencing as a country, because in part of just how long, Bob Pat has been doing this. Patrick, if I can bring you back into the discussion, I mean, let me hear from you as a director of this incredible production, the kind of contribution Bob Pat was able to make on set, given, again, just his experience and his commitment to this work.
I mean, it was really out of this world, because I worked with Bob Patrick on Zone 14, and I was still an assistant to the director, and having him coming to set was a bit nerve-wracking, because now I have to work with him as a director. And as he walked to set, and obviously after the joy of seeing each other after a while, his words were, how do we attack this character? You know, for a veteran actor to allow a space for a young director to be able to mold the character with was just so amazing. And able to work with all the other crew members. I mean, predominantly the crew of The River, it's young people. And it's so easy to not really respect when you've done so much work. But, I mean, every single moment he was on that set, he gave us the utmost respect. He gave us so much love. And there was so much laughter every time he was on set. So we felt at home. We felt we had a father. You know, we felt we had a brother also at the same time. And we had such beautiful guidance in terms of how you narrate the story from the script into life. How do you own the character and actually make it be alive? I mean, every time he played the scene, everybody was just looking forward to what he was going to do next with Prasputra. I mean, it was such a beautiful moment.
Yeah. And that's the thing about losing, people of that caliber. It's not just individual characters, perhaps, that you now have to find a way around. It's you losing a body of work from these individuals who I think it's not necessarily an exaggeration to say are an institution.
Absolutely, because when you're working with someone like that, if he sees a small thing that happens outside of the lens, he will instantly share knowledge, and the knowledge is not in a trying to bring you down way, but it's in a way that it educates, and when you get that knowledge, it comes with so much love. We as a race in the film industry need that a lot, because we grew up in an era where getting the knowledge was hard, and the people that were teaching us were not necessarily keen or teaching us in the nicest way. But having people like Mr. Shai, where you get knowledge through history, through things that he had done before, it makes it so easy, and it's so palatable to whoever is receiving that knowledge, and it just makes work very, very easy.
Yeah.
And we look forward to go to set to work with somebody like that.
You know, obviously many of us didn't know that this is the conversation we'd be having on a Sunday morning, but I've already seen some comments about how, thank goodness, productions like The River honored this man whilst he was still alive. And I guess that really drives home this idea that we should really do a whole lot more of that, you know, not waiting until these giants pass on before we really give them their flowers whilst they can smell them.
I mean, absolutely. I'm so grateful to our executive producer, Patrick and Gideon Payne on the work they did in terms of bringing him in. I mean, remember when he was talking about who's going to come in, he said it's going to be a surprise. And when he walked to set, it was such a surprise. You know, one of the words that I shared with him when we came out with the character, Pasha, the nuances of the character, I said, you know, Pat, after we've shot these few scenes, I think I'm ready to make an international film. For the reason of exactly what you just said, because when you're working with this kind of caliber, you are able to take so much knowledge, you are able to have such a range on the screen, which South Africa needs, and it's the range that, you know, we need to take to the world. So, I mean, we have to keep them on our screens. We have to have them coming in all the time to be able to represent what we stand for in terms of storytelling.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Zolani Phakade is the head director from the One Magic telenovela, The River, and that's one of the productions that Patrick Shai was in before his untimely passing. Once again, thanks very much indeed for your time, Zolani.